The Yajurveda is one of the four Vedas in the Vedic corpus, alongside the Rigveda, Samaveda, and Atharvaveda. It focuses primarily on the rituals of the Vedic period, serving as a guidebook for the precise execution of religious sacrifices or yajnas, which were central to Vedic society. The Yajurveda's role in shaping Vedic ritual practices and its influence on Hinduism and modern religious observances make it a vital text in understanding ancient Indian culture. The Yajurveda consists of prose mantras and verses that accompany the performance of rituals. It is divided into two primary recensions or versions. The first is the Shukla Yajurveda, also known as the White Yajurveda. It contains only the mantras needed for rituals and leaves out the Brahmana prose discussions, focusing more on clarity and direct application of the mantras. The second is the Krishna Yajurveda or Black Yajurveda. This version is more complex, combining mantras with explanatory prose known as Brahmanas, offering both the ritual text and the philosophical explanations. The Yajurveda includes hymns from the Rigveda, but organizes them in a manner suited for sacrificial purposes. Key features include its language, which is written in Vedic Sanskrit, and its content, which is a collection of mantras or sacrificial formulas and prose explanations. These mantras are used in the performance of rituals, especially yajnas or sacrificial ceremonies. The Yajurveda contains about 1,875 verses, many of which are shared with the Rigveda, though it includes additional instructions and clarifications for conducting rituals. The primary focus of the Yajurveda is on rituals, which were seen as maintaining cosmic order or Rita, ensuring prosperity and connecting humans to the divine. Some of the important rituals in the Yajurveda include Shrauta Yajnas or public sacrifices. These were grand public rituals involving the community and multiple priests. Key yajnas include the Ashvamedha or horse sacrifice, a royal ritual performed to assert kingship and dominance over the surrounding territory. The Rajasuya, a royal consecration ritual to celebrate a king's sovereignty, and the Agnihotra, a daily fire sacrifice to maintain household prosperity and the cosmic order. Griya Yajnas, or domestic sacrifices, were smaller domestic rituals performed by individual households. These included the Upanayana, the sacred thread ceremony, marking a young boy's entry into formal education, and Vivaha, rituals related to marriage. The meticulous execution of these rituals, as detailed in the Yajurveda, was believed to ensure social, familial, and cosmic balance. Though the Yajurveda is primarily a ritual text, it also contains philosophical discussions and ideas about the nature of reality, the soul, or Atman, and the universe. These philosophical teachings are expanded in the Brahmanas, prose texts associated with the Yajurveda, as well as in the Upanishads, which are seen as appendices to the Vedas. The Shatapatha Brahmana, associated with the Shukla Yajurveda, is particularly rich in philosophical content. It discusses cosmology and creation, explaining the creation of the universe and the significance of sacrificial rituals in maintaining cosmic balance. It also reflects on the Purusha or cosmic being, whose sacrifice creates the universe, similar to the Purusha Sukta in the Rigveda. Additionally, the concept of karma or action, where one's actions, including rituals, influence future outcomes, is embedded in the Yajurveda's worldview. Some of the key Upanishads that are part of the Yajurveda include the Isha Upanishad from the Shukla Yajurveda, deals with the nature of the self and its relationship with the universe. Then we have the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, also from the Shukla Yajurveda. It's one of the oldest and most significant Upanishads, exploring deep metaphysical questions about the nature of reality, the soul, and liberation, or moksha, and of course, the Taittiriya Upanishad, from the Krishna Yajurveda. This Upanishad discusses the layers of human existence, the importance of education, and ethical conduct. These Upanishads shift the focus from ritual to introspection and philosophical contemplation, offering a transition from Vedic sacrificial traditions to more internalized spiritual practices. The Yajurveda, like the other Vedas, was preserved through oral tradition. Vedic scholars, called Brahmins, memorized the text and passed it down through generations via rigorous recitation practices. Although composed thousands of years ago, the Yajurveda still holds relevance today in several ways. Hindu rituals and practices. The rituals prescribed in the Yajurveda continue to form the foundation of Hindu religious practices. Many ceremonies, from weddings to temple rituals, incorporate mantras and procedures from the Yajurveda. For example, Agnihotra is still performed by some Brahmin families and temples as a daily fire ritual. Upanayana, or the sacred thread ceremony, remains an important rite of passage for young boys in certain Hindu communities. Even today, priests and scholars who officiate at Vedic rituals are expected to have mastery over the mantras of the Yajurveda, philosophical and ethical influence. The ethical teachings in the Yajurveda, particularly those expanded in its Upanishads, continue to influence modern Hindu philosophy. The concept of karma, the law of cause and effect, central to the Yajurvedic worldview, has become a universal concept influencing not just Hinduism, but Buddhism, Jainism, and even contemporary spiritual and self-help practices. The principles of self-discipline, purity, and concentration in rituals parallel the principles that are important in yoga and meditation practices today. Environmental and ecological awareness. The Yajurveda's reverence for natural forces such as fire, Agni, water, Varuna, and the sun, Surya, aligns with modern ecological movements that emphasize the importance of respecting and preserving nature. The rituals invoke the elements not only as divine forces, but as vital parts of life, reflecting an early environmental consciousness that can inspire modern approaches to sustainability. Social and ethical conduct. The ethical principles embedded in the rituals of the Yajurveda can be applied to modern, social, and ethical behavior. Concepts like Rita, cosmic order, which stresses living in harmony with the universe, can be translated into contemporary notions of social justice, environmental stewardship, and moral responsibility. The Yajurveda's emphasis on maintaining dharma, righteousness, through rituals can be seen as a guide for upholding social order, ethical behavior, and balance in both personal and societal life. Global influence. The Yajurveda has had an influence on the global understanding of spirituality, particularly through the dissemination of Upanishadic philosophy. Western philosophers like Schopenhauer and Emerson were deeply influenced by the Yajurvedic and Upanishadic ideas of the self, the universe, and the illusion of the material world, Maya. Despite its ancient wisdom, there are some challenges and modern criticisms associated with the Yajurveda. The rituals prescribed in the Yajurveda often reflect the social hierarchies of ancient Vedic society, which later contributed to the development of the caste system. Modern interpretations sometimes criticize the text for its role in justifying social inequality. The Yajurveda's focus on precise ritualistic procedures can sometimes be seen as overly formalistic, emphasizing external rites rather than internal spiritual growth. The Upanishads evolved partly as a reaction to this emphasis on ritualism, offering a more inward-focused spiritual path. The Yajurveda is a deeply significant text in the Vedic tradition, serving as both a manual for Vedic rituals and a philosophical exploration of cosmic and social order. Its influence extends to Hindu religious practices, ethical conduct, and philosophical thought, making it highly relevant even in modern times. While some aspects, such as its detailed focus on rituals, may seem outdated to contemporary audiences, its core teachings about living in harmony with nature, upholding social justice, and seeking spiritual wisdom continue to resonate in today's world. The text offers timeless guidance on how humans can relate to the divine, live ethically, and maintain balance in a world that often seems chaotic, providing a valuable connection between ancient traditions and modern-day challenges.